Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day it is that you are joining us to volunteer at the Isaiah 117 Project. I want to say thank you. My name is Marcia Lambert. I am the founder and executive director of the Isaiah 117 Project. And before you get started helping today to help be a part of the impact and change for our fostering community across Southwest Indiana, I want to share with you a little bit of story about how God put us here in the heart of Gibson County. So about a decade ago, my husband and I decided to foster, and we decided that we really wanted to foster to add to our family. We decided because of some health risks that I had that carrying a child was simply not the best plan. But we knew that there were lots of children out there that we could adopt, and we wanted to go through foster care so we could have our greatest impact. Our first set of kiddos came to our home in about 2003, and they were two beautiful little girls that had big bows and twirly dresses, and they were amazing. But what nobody tells you when you enter into being a part of foster care is that it is hard work. Loving the kids is not hard, but what comes along with loving kids from hard places is very challenging at times. So in 2004, after the girls had not been with us for a very long time, they packed up their things and they were sent to journey home to reunite with their family. And what an amazing blessing that was for them, and truly what foster care should be about. But for me, I was heartbroken. It was the first time the kids ever came into our home, and we took them as what is called an at-risk placement, truly believing that these little girls would stay with us forever. It was both an answer to prayer for us to have a sibling or siblings for my son, and it was a way that we felt like we could adopt and have an impact on kids that truly needed it. But that was not God's plan. In that time, at a church service, when we had an interim pastor speaking, he made the comment that sometimes what we go through truly has nothing to do with us. And I remember thinking, wow, we aren't fostering to add to our family, but truly to take care of God's family. So within the couple weeks of hearing that at that service, we got a phone call at midnight for two little boys who simply needed a place to lay their head. And I looked to my husband and I said, hey, these boys just need a place to rest their head. Can they come? And he said, no, absolutely not. And so I got back on the phone like any reasonable woman would do. And I said, hey, what time are you going to be here? Right? That might not have been the best move, but let me just tell you, when we got that call for those two little boys in the wee hours of the night, I could not resist. But to be fair to my husband, I had not shared with him the story, how I felt God was calling us to take care of his family and not simply to add to ours. So when those two little boys arrived at our home just after midnight, they had nothing with them. The caseworker knew very little except for they were hungry and tired and had been removed from one of the very worst situations that I've ever seen come out of tri-state newspapers. The level of trauma those boys experienced was beyond anything I can share with you here. But what I can share with you is I knew even more that God was calling me to go deeper still. So in 2017, we started our initial relief program, then called Blessing Bags. We provided 30 bags of hope to the DCS foster care right here in Gibson County. Eventually, we started giving another 10 bags to the Vanderburgh County, where these boys originated from. They carried a special place in my heart, and it felt like I had to do something there. Over the course of the last 5 years, God has called us even deeper still. We now serve 8 southwestern Indiana counties, including Gibson, Posey, Pike, Knox, Warwick, Vanderburgh, Spencer, and Davies counties. And so much of that is because of you and because of God's provision and direction. In 2019, we started a Dream Cycles program, helping children in foster care move forward. We work with lots of community partners like Toyota and Ivy Tech and churches and groups that want to tell the kids that are in foster care and placed in kinship care that truly there is a community that surrounds them and sees the direction to their future with hope and dignity. We have holiday supports like our Easter baskets and Christmas that so many of you have helped with in the past. We also have a scholarship program called Foster Success, where we invite church staff and pastors to have one-on-one connections with kids from vulnerable backgrounds to provide an extra layer of spiritual and mental support so that they can succeed on their journey and path. Our Fortifying Fostering Families program wants to tell every family and child impacted by foster care that they are loved, seen, heard, and valued. We do that by creating level of support around the child, first with the family who's fostering or providing kinship care, then with a family support specialist right here at the Isaiah 117 Project. We then invite the church in to be a part of a program that's called Care Communities, where churches can provide a weekly meal, respite, yard work, house cleaning, whatever it is that a family needs to help them be successful in their journey. The last layer of this program is the community support. It's where all of you have the chance to wrap around families by providing meals, by providing bonding experiences, and anything we can do to rally around these families so that they can foster longer and stronger and have better outcomes for kids in their care. So thank you so much for listening a little bit about the Isaiah Project. As my staff would tell you, there is so much that I could share and would love to tell you. So you can always reach out and I would love to tell you more. But for now, you're obviously here to do some amazing work right here in our processing facility. One of the things that I didn't tell you that's really exciting, so if you look around, you see all of these clear totes with the teal lids. That is how the Isaiah 117 Project started, in my garage with 2 little totes. And look what God has done now. He put us right in the heart of downtown Gibson County at 117 North Hart. Do you think that's a mistake that the Isaiah 117 Project is in a 117 building? That's a whole other story. I'll tell you later. So whatever you're here for today, whether you're packing with us or cleaning or doing letters or helping with executive and admin work, whatever it is, I want you to know that even though you're behind the scenes, we need you, we value you. And in fact, I will say you are loved, heard, seen, and valued. And we could not do this work without the amazing level of support that each of you provide, both in volunteerism, in your prayers, and in your funding. So thank you for being here today. And now you're going to have an amazing on-site person share with you a little bit more about some housekeeping today. I hope that each of you have a blessed day as you give back to our fostering community by serving here at the Isaiah 117 Project.